Okay, everyone, today I'm back with another video. I'm going to do a video on Love and Hip Hop season 2 episode 8 or 9. I'm sorry, I just keep forgetting the episodes. I don't know why, but yeah, so this week I'm gonna just get right on into it. This week it picks up from last week. Okay, Miles and Amber is going to meet up with Miles. You know, she want to get to the bottom of this. She wants to know exactly what was going on or is going on between Miles and Milan. So she figures she's gonna go, since Miles isn't telling the whole truth, she's gonna find out from the source, which is Milan. So she gets there, and I don't like Milan's attitude. I do not like Milan's attitude. Like, he has this bitchiness about him. Like, he really acts like a female. He might be even worse than a female. And all the stuff that they got going in the blogs, in the media, in the press, whatever. It's just like, Milan is a real bitch boy. That's what I gotta call him. He's a real bitch boy. He acts like a female. In his confessional, he's talking about because I need to let her know why she's trying to deal with my man. I mean, he probably wasn't saying that, but that's the type of vibe I was getting. Like, he's my man, he doesn't want you, and I'm gonna set the record straight. I'm just like, he acts worse than a female. I don't even do that. I mean, whatever. Okay, so she gets there. Oh, and then he's like, he needs to get answers. He needs to get answers from this woman as well, you know. So Amber gets there, and she just go ahead and ask questions like, she needs to know what's going on with Miles and him, and how long they've been messing around. She wants the tea. So he basically tell her that they've been messing around they've been in a relationship for 2 years. And Amber seems shocked about that. She's sitting there like, oh, 2 years, and then he's telling Amber, Milan's telling Amber how Miles wants to marry him, how he lives with Miles, how he does everything for Miles. And Amber's like, you do everything how? She's like, that car he got from his rent, whatever. And then she's like, oh, so you must have paid my rent before. He like, actually, yeah, I have twice. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't know. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm just like, damn, Milan just seems like a trick. To me, it just feels like, not a trick, but like he's trying to buy Miles's love. And I feel like that's why he feels that he can get at Miles however he wants to. That's why he feels like he can pressure Miles into coming out at Milan's pace, because Milan feels that way because he's doing everything for him. It's just like he is tricking Miles so that Miles can love him, and Miles falling for it because Miles really love him. So yeah. What else happened? Yeah. Oh, and then he's telling Amber how Miles is saying that he didn't love her, they just friends, that she's latching on to him and all this stuff. And I just felt like Milan, although some of the stuff may have been true, I just felt as though Milan was saying this stuff to be spiteful. I felt as though he was saying it to hurt her. That's what he was doing. He seems like a real bitch boy to me. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The next scene is with, oh, and you can tell it was so awkward because when they left, he's like, can I have a hug? And he's telling how in the confessional how he just felt so bad for her, yada, yada, yada. He wants to give her a hug. And as they're departing, it just felt so awkward. Like, it was just awkward. That's what it was. So then in this next scene, we have Willie and Omarion. They meet up. They're playing some basketball or whatever. And Willie is just saying how, they have a lot in common. They both came from boy groups, and they both went their separate ways to go to pursue solo endeavors. And so Willie is just asking Omarion, for some advice on being a struggling solo artist and trying to come up being in this indie contract, you know. And I really like Omarion, and I really enjoy the advice that he's giving his fellow castmates this season. So he's basically telling Willie, you know, you got to go hard. And even though that the budget is so tight and it's barely a budget, you know, you just got to keep going hard, because when that hard work pays off, that reward is going to be so much sweeter. And then Omarion just gave the example on how, you know, he hadn't had a hit in about 10 years. And he's just saying, you know, I'm just glad I can give people that has been through the same situation as me hope that, you know, they can come out with another hit record, and a #1 hit record at that, you know. And then he's Willie just asked him like, okay, so do you tell your girl everything? And Omarion kept it 1,000. He's like, yeah, like, you know, you got to tell your partner, you got to tell your, wait, what did he say? He said, you have, oh yeah, you got to tell your teammate basically everything that's going on. And Willie was a little reluctant because he don't want his girl to worry about stuff. And Omarion's just like, yeah, you know, that worrying thing, they gonna worry basically. And so then this next scene is with Rich and Moniece. And Moniece and Rich, they're laying in the bed and they're talking about the situation with Moniece's mom. And Rich is basically telling her like, you need to go talk with her. Y'all need to air these issues out, because it seems like it's bothering you. You're laying in this bed saying that it's not bothering you, but you go in the bathroom and you breaking down. Y'all need to work it out. He's like, you know, I love this girl. If I'm trying to mediate, if I'm trying to be a mediator between her and her mom, like he really wants them to fix their relationship. Amber meets up with Tierra Marie and Moniece, and Amber is just basically coming to them, you know, to let them know that the mouse then came out the closet to her. And she's telling them like she can't believe it. And I'm just sitting here like, how you can't believe it, girl? How you can't believe it? But she can't believe that that she was blinded to all of this. And I can't believe she was blinded to all of it either. Let me stop. I can't believe that she was blinded to it either. But yeah, and then she's sitting here, I'm going to go talk to my girls. When have y'all been girls? Those aren't your friends. Y'all just met. Like, what the feezy? Like, you guys just met. How are you guys friends? I don't get it. But basically, she's telling them that he came out the closet and they trying to act shocked and surprised. I feel like they already knew. Then Willie and Shonda, they're at the house talking. No, actually, they're at, it's Willie, Shonda, and their kids. And they're at, like, some type of play thing for the kids to play. And Shonda, you know, she's just asking him about the contract and stuff. And Willie lies to her and tell her that he's gotten out of the contract. You know, she's getting all excited. And I felt bad for her because I'm just like, no, he did not get out this contract. Like, he did not get out the contract. But he felt like lying to her. He had to lie to her to kind of give her a sense of hope so that she won't be worrying so much. And then it goes back to Rich, Moniece, and her mom. You know, they meet up to discuss their relationship. And Moniece really doesn't want to talk to her mom. And so Moniece is, you know, asking her, like, why would you tell Rich that you were trying to protect him? And her logic on that was basically she wanted to give him a choice on whether or not he wanted to stay in that relationship with her. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. And then she's asking her mom about what her and Lil Fizz talked about. And her mom is basically saying that, you know, she's been her #1 supporter, her #1 cheerleader. But to me, I just got out of this, like, it's basically so much her mom can do. She feels as though Moniece needs to step up to the plate and do what she needs to do because her mom had to do it. So she needs to do it. She's not going to sit there and hold your hand each step of the way and give you a guide, a book on how to do it. She feels like Moniece just needs to do it. And Moniece doesn't understand that. The approach may be a little wrong. I don't know. Moniece also feels that her mom doesn't take responsibility. Oh, shoot, sorry. Her mom doesn't take responsibility of how Moniece turned out. She feels that She thinks that if her mom would have been a better mom to her, then Moniece might be a better mom to her son. And Moniece's mom apologized to her for the emotional damage that she has caused her. And yeah, they really didn't get nowhere though. Then it goes to Tierra Marie. Tierra Marie is at the doctor, and she is basically about to get her liposuction. Like, she's with Hazel E and Nikki. And yeah, she's basically about to have her lipo. They're sitting there talking about the fashion show, if Tierra Marie's gonna be ready, how long she thinks she's gonna recover, and all the stuff. And as they're sitting there and Hazel is asking all these questions, in my head I'm just thinking something is up with Hazel. Like, I can just tell she's like kind of on some sneaky stuff, but I couldn't figure it out. And so then it goes to Willie. And Willie, you know, he goes to the studio with Screwface, and he's mad hype. You know, he's feeling desperate. He gonna do whatever he has to do at this moment to get out of that contract. And so he basically comes to Screwface like, yo, where your phone? Why you ain't been answering your phone? Like, I'm here. I'm trying to get in contact with you. I'm trying to get out this contract. And Screwface like, look, you had a responsibility, and your responsibility was to get out of that contract. I can't work with you if you're not out the contract. And Willie like, I'm trying to get out the contract. I thought we was a team, da 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 da. And I'm just like, dang, Willie, like, y'all not a team. Yo, he not your manager. You know, and then when Screwface mentioned manager, that's when Willie was like, he didn't really want him to be his manager, but he felt as though like, yeah, this man can't be doing stuff for me. Like, he's not going to really do nothing for me if he's not getting a piece of the pie, the piece of the check, a piece of the pie, whatever. So they agreed that Screwface will manage Willie. And yeah, that was that. And then it goes to Princess and Hazel E. You know, Princess wanted to meet up with Hazel E to discuss her swimsuit line. And she felt as though, you know, Hazel would be the right person to, you know, help her promote her swimsuit line. And so they talk about the swimsuit line. Then Princess, you know, lets her know that her and Ray J is broken up. And Hazel feel like just because her and Princess and Tierra isn't friends doesn't mean that she can't conduct business with Princess. And I agree with her. Then it goes to Shonda. You know, Shonda goes to the studio to surprise Willie, you know, want to take him out to lunch since, you know, he's been working hard and he's gotten out of that contract. So she thinks. Screwface greets her, you know, say hi or whatever. Then he lets her know, you know, your husband's crazy. Why he came up here, I'm thinking he about to take off on me. And she like, why? And then he like, because basically he told her that Willie didn't get out the contract. And she's sitting there like, okay. In her head, I know she's like, well, that's not what this mother effer told me, but okay. And he's like, he in the studio recording. You want to go in? You want me to go get him? She like, no, you ain't got to do that. And you can tell she was plotting something in her head. It was either when he got home, she was going to go off on him or something. But that wasn't the case. Because when Willie, yeah, and I'm just get to it. That wasn't the case because when Willie got home, you know, she wasn't there. He went home with flowers and roses because he had Screwface actually did get him out of the contract. But when he went home, you know, Shonda wasn't there, and they showed her on her way to the club or the strip club, the dancing club, whatever kind of dancing she do, exotic dancer, go-go dancer, whatever type of dance she do. That's where she went, and I feel like she went there because he lied to her, and so she felt like, okay, well, you gonna lie to me and you didn't get out this contract, you really struggling, well, I'm gonna step in like the woman that I am and do my part. And so then it shows Tierra, you know, she's at the house after her surgery, and you know, the girls are just asking her how long does she think she'll be able to recover for the fashion show, what all they need to get done for the fashion show, what all they have done already. And Tierra Marie is basically saying she's in a dilemma with making the clothes, and she just needs some models and all this. And so Hazel was just asking him, have they ever ran, oh no, she asked Nikki, have they ever ran a fashion show before? And Nikki's like, no, she haven't. And you can tell Hazel wanted to, you can tell she wanted to be a part of it. That's what I got from that. Like, she just wanted her name or her print to be somewhere on it. And I'm not mad at her. Like, she's trying to get her business on, but I feel like she's kind of doing it in a sneaky way. I feel like because her and Tierra just got back friends, she's still not fully over the Young Bird situation. So she feel as though like she gonna come on and she's gotta convince Nikki that it's cool for Princess to come on and bring her line. And so that's basically what Hazel does. She eases her way in there so that she can be a part of it and that she can bring Princess. And I don't know. I just feel like she's still not over the Young Berg situation. And so she's hanging that over Tierra Marie's head. And I mean, I don't feel bad for Tierra, but Tierra kind of deserves it, because it's like, Tierra, all that stuff you was trying to do to Princess, it backfired in your face. You know, karma, it doesn't, like she said, it doesn't have a menu or something, whatever. It doesn't have, I don't know what she said, but karma, it'll get you. Okay. And then it goes to Amber and Miles, and she meets up with Miles because she's ready for him to tell her exactly what was going on. And so Miles, he just comes clean, let her know that I am with Milan. We have been in a relationship. I do love him. I am in love with him. And when he told her that, Amber, you know, she said in the confessional that she felt really, really crushed. And so, she wanted to see the tattoo that he had of Miles, but he wasn't trying to show her that. So she got mad and, you know, stormed off. And then she was like, so I'm latching on to you. I'm just a friend. You don't love me, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, I never said I didn't love you. I never said that. And so Amber just got mad. She storms off and, you know, gets in the car, and he's just saying, you know, I want to be friends with you. I'm sorry for hurting you, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner and all this. I just feel bad for him, because I feel like he's really genuine and sincere. And all the stuff that's going on in the media between him and Miles, I just feel like Miles is the real bitch. I mean, not Miles, but Milan. Milan is the real bitch boy. He really is. Like, he's the shit starter. He's the messy one. He's just all that. And I feel like Milan is just trying to be drama free. All he wanted to do was tell his best friend that he was gay, you know? And I don't agree, because he did kind of lead her on by leaving a little hope in there. So she thought that they were going to get back together, and he had no intentions on getting back together with her. Like, he could have broke that tie right there and just let her know that he's trying to figure out some stuff within himself, and that if they get back together, they get back together, but that she didn't have to wait for him, because that's what she did, was wait for him. So then, and then when he was explaining to her, you know, that if I come out to you, then I got to come out to everybody. It's like a domino effect, because her family and his family is so close. You know, he got to tell the homies, he got to tell the sisters, everybody. So that's why it was hard for him to tell her. And I completely understand that. I really do. And he was fucking scared that fucking bitch boy Milan was going to tell her for him. So yeah, that was Love and Hip Hop. You guys subscribe to my channel, like it, comment, follow me on Twitter, Instagram under Messiah_Faith, or you can even follow me on Facebook, which is Rajani Lane, or Rajani PE Lane on Facebook. But yeah, you guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.